guys, so we're at 110th row. We have 3 squares. We don't count these ones because they're not squares. These are the decreases, right? So again, continue to do your chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do your shell, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your 3 double crochet, come into the center, 1, 2, 3, come into the center. Whoops, I don't know what was I thinking here for a second. Double crochet after your 3 chain, sorry about that. So shell, single, 3 chain, double crochet, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're continuing to do these loops. 1, 2, 3. And then directly into the center here, create your shell. One, two, three, 4. Your 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what it looks like. Turn around. Create your shell. One, two, three, 4 chain in the center. Create your 3 double crochets. Come directly on top of the double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another double crochet. So now we're going to end up with 1 square only. And come directly and create your shell. So we're almost going to get ready to have the flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Because this edge is finishing up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn around. Just have to check the diagram here. So create your shell. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 113th row. Now, 1, 2, 3. Come in the center. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you guys, so here we're not doing no more the shell, okay? After we do the 113th row, the shell, okay, with the 4 chain, 3 chain single, 3 chain, we are closing it off on the center here. We're not doing the shell. Because now we're going to start to work the side of the pattern all the way around to attach the flowers. Okay, this is how it's going to go. And that's why I say most probably will have to be like 3 or 4 videos because there's a lot of little details to it. So we close it off with a slip stitch. Okay, 113 row, no shell. Now we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chain. Okay? Now, in order not to get lost anywhere, make sure that you can put a marker, or if you don't have, tie in a little exactly on the single here, because this is where we're starting the 114th row. Okay, so I put a marker right on the single. Okay, that's just to let you know, not for you not to get lost when you get to the end. So 9 chains. Now chains are going to vary time to time around, okay, because this is for flowering, and then after we need to add the butterfly. Okay, so we're going to come into the first loop here with a single. Okay, and we're going to do chain 9 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Coming into the next loop, single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Into the third one here, single. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Coming in here with a single. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more. 1 of 9. Okay, 2, 3. Oh, actually 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to come here. So we're going to have 5. Let me just take this out of here. Now, I also put markers on all of them, and I'll explain to you in a minute why. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops. Okay, on this one here, we're going to attach already our flower. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we're going to do chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. You guys, so let's just recap that. This is where we started. We marked it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops. After your 5th loop, we're going to do chain 3, and we're going to roll 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a quadruple. Okay, you're going to grab the back of your flower where you have those chain loops that we did. We're going to take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, and take out 2. So we're taking out 4 times. We're going to do again chain 3, coming into the next loop on the pattern, single, chain 3. This time we're only going to roll twice. So we're going to have triple crochet. We're going to grab the next loop on the flower and take out 2, take out 2, and take out the last 2. So we're taking out 3 times. 1, 2, 3 chain, coming into the next loop on the pattern. So we pretty much attached our flower. So one has the quadruple and one has the triple, and they all have its purpose why once we have to continue working on it. Okay, now we're going to do chain 9 again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and going into the next loop on the pattern. And now we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 loops of 7 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next loop on the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next loop on the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next loop on the pattern, and we're going to do the last loop of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here we are on the next loop. So now we have 1, okay, because we're not counting from this one. This one's busy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 loops. So we have the 5 loops. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 loops. We're going to turn 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, so we have 4. We're going to do a quadruple again. We have to attach the next flower. So we're grabbing the back loop. So back loop of the flower. Take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. So we take 4 times. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 chain, coming into the next loop, and doing again 1, 2, 3 chain. This time we're only going to turn twice. We're going to do triple, but we're coming in the same loop. So we're going to take out 2, take out 2, and take out the last 2. Chain 3, coming into the next loop. Just going to take out my marker. Actually, I'm going to hook it on here so I can explain to you after, so you can have an idea what it looks like once we've done. Okay, so we've skipped 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On your 6th one, we did chain 3, and we turned 4 times on the hook, and then we went through on the back loop of the flower, and we took out 4 times by 2s. Take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, 4 times. Chain 3, we came back down. So chain 3, we went into the next one. We did the single. Chain 3 again, and we turned this time for a triple. So we turned twice, and we did the triple on the same space. Okay, we need to hook this into 5 spaces. Again, 1, 2, and 3. Now, this middle one is a single only on the next loop beside it. Okay, so the loop right beside where we hooked the 2 together, we did a single. 1, 2, 3. Coming in the next loop. And we're going to do the same thing. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to turn twice again, exactly like we did here. We're going to do the triple into the next loop, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. So we did the triple. We're going to 1, 2, 3, chain 3. We're going to come in to the next loop. 1, 2, 3, and we have to do in the same space exactly like we did here. So we're going to do a quadruple. That means you have to turn 1, 2, 3. We have 4 on the hook. Come back into the same space as we have the triple. Take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. 1, 2, 3. Come in with a single. So I'm just going to stretch it out so you can have an idea what it looks like. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotta take this one out of here. So the best thing you do is have, if you have markers, you can mark them in. So from the first one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 loops. On your 6th, you can put a marker already, let's say on here. Okay, do your 3 chain and your quadruple. 3 chain, single on the next one, 3 chain, triple on the next loop there on the flower. And then come back down, 3 chain, do 9 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains of 9, and then 3 chain, and then quadruple, 3 chain, single, 3 chain, triple in the same space. 3 chain, single, 3 chain, single, okay? And then 3 chain, single, 3 chain, triple, the same way as we did here. Now we're reversing, right? And then 3 chain, coming down, single, 3 chain, quadruple in the same space as we have this one. Okay. So you can mark it where you have to do your attachment right after you attach here with this flower. Then you know you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 5 space. On your 3 chain, which is your 6th one, you can mark, and then you can mark, because we have to keep attaching, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can put 5 markers on there to make sure that, you know, you're understanding where we're coming from with this, okay? And then you need to leave 2 out, because then we're going to start marking again on these ones here. So we'll have only 2 loops out that we're not attaching, okay? Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain coming in the next loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain coming in the next loop. Okay, so we know that we're not attaching these 2 loops, but we are starting to attach on this one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'm grabbing my next flower, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. So we have 4 on the hook. Grab any loop behind the flower. Take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, and take out the last 2. 1, 2, 3, into the next one. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do the triple. So you turn twice into the same space, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. 1, 2, 3, into the next space, single, 1, 2, and 3. So next space here, we're doing a single, exactly like we did with the other flower. 1, 2, 3, come back into the next loop. That's why I have these markers on here, just to let you know, but I'll show you after so you can know where you can place your markers, okay? So we're doing exactly the same thing on this one here, as you see, as we did here. So basically, we need to put 2 together now. I leave 2 space out, and then I start attaching already on the 3rd one here. I hadn't realized that I ran out of thread. Okay, so I'm going to have to make an attachment on my thread. I'm going to take this one down so I can have space to tie it. Now, some of you ask me, how do I tie my thread? Very simple. Okay, so try to move this a little bit over here. So on my thread, when I need to attach, I'm going to turn twice. Twice on this side and twice on this side. Okay? Kind of hard when you have the camera in front of you. Okay? So now I've turned twice on both sides. I'm just going to give it a normal knot and then pull both of them, or the 4 of them, together. There's no way ever this is going to come apart. It's just literally impossible. If I can find my scissors somewhere. I have no idea. I have so much going on top of this desk right now. Papers, diagrams, you name it. Flowers, markers. So I don't usually cut it too extreme because I can hide that. Okay, so back into the concentration here. So we're going to close in with the single as we were. Try to get these things out of the way. So we close it with the single here on the middle after the triple, right? Quadruple, same place, the single, and then single in the middle. And then I'm going to do my 3 chains. So 1, 2, and 3 chain. I'm going to turn once, twice. So that's my triple. And I'm coming in the next loop on the flower. Take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. And now chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm coming in with a single. And then 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to turn 3 times. I'm going to have 4 on the hook. I'm coming back in the same space where I have the triple and doing quadruple. Take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. Okay, so now I have the 2 in there exactly like I had the other one there. So basically we're using only 3 loops here on the flower. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Coming into the next one. Okay, single, and then we're going to do the 7 chain again. And we're going to repeat the same thing as we have on here all the way to the edge. So we got to leave 2 loops out in between. Okay. And then after the 2 loops left out, this is where we are attaching the 3rd flower. So we're going to do chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a single. Now from here we're going to start attaching again because we need to leave 2 loops out. These 2 we don't touch the same way as we did not touch these 2 here. Okay. So we only use 3 loops on the flower for the attachment here into the pattern. Okay. That makes sense to you? I'm going to take this out because it will save me the time of taking it afterwards. So you leave 2 loops out. 1, 2, and 3. I'm grabbing my next flower and I'm doing 1, 2, 3 turns. So I have 4 on the hook, coming with the back part of my flower. Take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. 1, 2, and 3. I'm coming into the next one. I'm doing 1, 2, and 3, and I'm turning twice. So I'm doing triple in the same space as I have my quadruple. Take out 2, and the last 2. 1, 2, 3, come into the next loop on the pattern. 1, 2, 3. This time I'm doing a single on the next loop here on my flower. 1, 2, and 3 into the next loop on the pattern. 1, 2, and 3. I'm doing the triple, so I'm turning twice. I'm coming into the next loop on the flower. Remembering that the flower you're only using 3 loops, okay? So 1, 2, and the third time 3. 1, 2, 3 into the next loop. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do the quadruple, so I'm turning 3 times. I have 4 on the hook, and I'm coming back in the same space as we did the triple. 1, take out 1, take out 2, take out 3, and take out 4. 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be a repeat like this almost until the end. So until the next one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into the next loop. We have to leave 2 loops out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the next one. So we have 2 loops that we leave out, and then chain 1, 2, 3, and do 4 times into the next flower. So it takes 7 flowers on one side and 7 flowers on the next side. So take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, 1, 2, 3. Oops. Into the next loop. 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn twice only, so we have triple. We're coming in the same loop as the quadruple. So 2, take out 2, take out 2. So we took out 3 times. 1, 2, 3, chain into the next loop. 1, 2, 3 into the next loop of the flower. We're doing a single. 1, 2, 3 into the next loop of the pattern. 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn twice. We're doing triples, so into the next loop of the flower. So we're using only 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 loops on the flower for the attachment. Into the next space. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn 3 times, so we have 4 on the hook, coming back into the same space as the triple and doing quadruple. 1, 2, 3 into the end with a single. So I'll show you what it looks like. I got markers everywhere here. Thank God for markers. Thank you so much, Barbara. I'm sure she'll watch the video because, I mean, I've only called her like 1,000 times, you know. Okay, so remembering that there's 2 spaces, loops in between the flower. Okay, and here also. 2 loops in between, so we have to start attachment. And on the flower, we attach only on 3 loops. Okay, so you got to make sure of that. Only 3 loops of the flower. Okay, and 2 of them go on the same loop, which is the quadruple, triple, single in the middle, triple, quadruple. So you can't be mistaken. And then again, you have 2 space of loops between the flowers. Again, and now we're going to skip the 2 loops here again. Okay, so we finished attaching the last one there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Into the next space. We need to have 2 loops free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again. So now we're going to, these two are space between the flowers. So now you know that we are going to attach the next one. Why does this look all crooked that I turned my... No, it's just the way it is. I don't know, I'm seeing things, I guess. Sometimes it's the placement of the triple and the quadruple. Okay, on to my next flower. So we're going to skip this 2 space. We're going to do chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn 3 times. So we're doing the quadruple again. Coming in. Back loops here that we created on the flower. 2, take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. 1, 2, 3 chain. Come back into the next space on the pattern. 1, 2, 3. Turn twice, so we have 3 on the hook. We're coming back into the same loop that we did the quadruple. Take out 2, take out 2, and the last 2. 1, 2, 3. Into the next space with single. 1, 2, 3. The middle space here, we're doing the single on the loop of the flower. And 1, 2, 3. Come back next space on the loop on the pattern. 1, 2, 3. Turn twice. We're doing the triple into the next loop on the flower. Take out 2. Take out 2 and the last 2. And 1, 2, 3. So on the pattern we are attaching 5 times, but on the flower we're attaching only in 3 loops. 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to turn 3 times for the quadruple into the same space where we have the triple. Take out 2, and the last 2. 1, 2, 3. Next space. So now we have the next flower on. Okay, and then we're going to do chain 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You just check here because we don't want to make any mistakes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have those 2 loops. Now we're right basically at the corner almost of our pattern. I'm going to attach our flower. So let me see, 1, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, remembering that your 6th flower, you have to have the 5 space. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 4 loops. We have to have 5 space between them, the same way as we started here at the beginning. Remember, we had 5 loops at the beginning and then 5 loops between the first and the second flower. Okay, we have to do the same thing here. So on your 6th flower, you have to have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops. Here we need to do 1, 2, and 3 because this is where we are starting to attach the first or the last flower here. We're going to turn 3 times, I should say. 3 times because then the next one is 4. Exactly like we did at the beginning. So we're going to take out 2, and the last 2. So triple, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to come in the next space, and now we have to do a quadruple. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to turn 4 times and into the next space on the flower. So this flower basically is the only one that has 2 attachments, okay, with 2 different loops on the flower, okay. So if we finish up, we should have 5 loops left before the edge. And now we got to do the 9 loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 5th one, let me see if this is good. Okay, you guys. So just a little reminder, both ends are different. They're not the same. They will not have exactly the same stitch on this end with the 9 loops. Let's say the 5 like we started. It will be different, so don't think that you can just rewind, go back, and copy the same way on this side to the other side. It's not the same thing, so you have to pay attention. So at this edge here, we're going to have only 4 loops out and not 5 of 9 chain, okay? We started the first one here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops out. This one is 4 loops, okay, on this end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here we're going to do chain 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? Right on the shell here, right on the center of the shell, right in the middle here at the bottom. Okay, so here's the shell if we face it this way. Right here in the little hole right between them, we're going to do a double crochet. Okay, and then we're going to do chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we're going to hook this 9 right at the edge here at the other shell on the other side. I'll show you in a second what it looks like. So right at the edge, if I can get my hook through it. Okay, so we did the flower We have 1, 2, 3, 4 chains of 9. After we do our single on the last shell here at the edge, we do chain 7, a double crochet, chain 9, a single, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and we come into the first loop here on the other side. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You have to pay attention. 4 loops of 9 after the last flower. Okay, so we've attached the flower. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 loops of 9 chain. We do the single on the last shell here. Chain 7, we do a double crochet right in the center of this shell. Okay, chain 9, and right at the corner here of the first shell on the other side, we do a single, and then chain 7, and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chain, going to the next space. Okay, so I'm going to check how many. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 spaces of chain 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 into the next space. Okay, just a reminder again. 4 loops on this side of 9 chain, 7 chain double crochet, 9 chain right in the center of the pattern between both, right at the beginning between both sides, single, chain 7, single, chain 9, chain 9,